sounding very ridiculous.
You can talk to us.
I'll say hello to Maya. That's Maya. That's number 1 spawn. There's Bianca. She made the spawn.
With a little help.
With a little help. Oh, no one's on. It's alright, I'm just talking to myself. That's all good. Because, eventually... There we go. Eventually this will be live on Facebook. And, sorry, not live on Facebook. This one will go up onto YouTube. G'day Ian. G'day Monster Troll. We'll just introduce the family again, shall we? There we go. This is number 1 spawn. This is Maya. And there's the spawn machine, Bianca. I know, charming. Anyway, we'll flip this back around. How are you, Davey? Speaking to you live. It's weird. And Monster, all fucking crikey. Yep. How's it going? I just swore. Probably get demonetized. I know. Anyway, I'll flip this around. So, I was doing a bit of a live stream before, and I was explaining. Cheers, Davey. I was explaining that I've just had a bit of a dodgy migraine, or borderline migraine, for the last couple of days, so not speaking too coherently like, but I thought I'd give you folks a bit of a look at the Aquaponics, and I've swapped over to a different phone that has better Wi-Fi. Oh, actually, g'day Lee, and yes, it is a bit like that. Yeah, I've swapped over to another phone that's, yeah, basically going straight to the net. Anyway, bit of a look at the system. I took out a load of bits and pieces, the old broccoli and that was being smashed by the white cabbage butterfly. And go Johnny. And also the bloomin' cluster caterpillars. So they're all out now, and I've pretty much all cleaned out this bed as well. We did have some parsley here that got a little bit manky. I think it was just due to all the rain. I had the level in the bed so high that it was, yeah, basically just rotting the roots. G'day folks, it's a little bit weird seeing all these little bits and pieces pop up in the left there. So where was I? Yeah, pulled out everything pretty much all from this bed here, except for the ginger that is just hanging on. A little bit too much salt in the system for it. And some Egyptian walking onions that I saved from down the back. And I planted it out with a mixture of plants, some from John and Anita. Thank you very much, folks. John bought a punnet of well advanced seedlings, a little bit too advanced, so they'd marked them down. They've already got little bulbs on them. So we popped them in there. Thank you very much, John and Anita. And a good mate of ours, Mark, bit of a legend. He really likes starting seeds off, and he's given me a load of bits and pieces. So in this bed here, we've got some fast red cabbage. What's it called? Cabbage Red Express. Work brain. Red kale. A couple of red kale and a couple of black Tuscan kale there as well. And I think over the back here he gave me a couple of white. Are they the white? Yeah, beetroot white. So we've got a couple of beetroot white in there, and a basil here, sweet basil here, and thyme. The sweet basil actually is a markdown basil from the supermarket. And the thyme I bought in a punnet. There's 2 little sowings on either side of the punnet. So I chopped it in half, and yeah, half down here. And upstairs Bianca planted out a root pouch with half thyme and half basil in it. Oh, also too, thank you very much to the folks who gave me super chats before. Unfortunately, the stream dropped out because the Wi-Fi here is pretty dodgy around the Aquaponics. That's why I went over. Howdy, Dan. That's why I moved over to the other phone, because it's direct to the phone company, Telstra. Give you a bit of a look over here. Oh, what happened here? Yeah, we planted out 5 broccoli. They just came in punnets that were heavily overseeded. So the plans here are to take off, sorry, just reading the comments there. Yeah, leave the most mature, decent looking one to bear ahead, and then we'll chop off the side shoots, and all the smaller ones we'll just harvest as leaves, because we've had a couple of stir fries now with the old broccoli that was in here and really did enjoy it. So it'll be a dual crop, greens from the small ones and the heads from the larger ones. Along the front here we have some sugar beet. So they're more like a mangel wurzel sort of thing from memory. There again from Mark. Was the basil faulty? Yes, it was. So they're a bit more like a mangel wurzel, and we'll probably treat them as a greens rather than grow them for the sugar beets themselves. Over here, a couple of cloves of garlic. I forgot I popped them out. They're actually over there, but because it's going to get so much shade, because the sun's coming from behind me through winter, I decided to move them over here. Answer a couple of questions. Lee asked a question. How would you or Mark advise starting seedlings at the moment? It's a bit chilly in the mornings. For you folks who don't know, us down under are coming into winter now. Probably a little bit of one of those little greenhouse arrangements, Lee, where you get a small tray and then a plastic cover. You can dodgy up your own, even like I don't know, those plastic mushroom containers, if you buy your mushrooms in them, and then put a little bit of soil in the bottom, a bit of cling film over the top with a couple of holes, and that'll help keep them nice and warm. Also too, you can even use those little strawberry punnets if you buy them. Pop the lid over the top and that creates a little greenhouse effect. The other thing is to keep them in a nice warm sunny spot. Hope that helps, Lee. MACF, yes, Basil, we've already been there. Hey Rob, do you use a seed heating mat? No, we don't here. Kangaroo jumper, it's pretty much all warm enough that we just pop them out in a warm position, either downstairs or up on the deck. And yeah, as long as there's a little bit of moisture in the tray that the seedling punnets are sitting in, that's all I pretty much will do to look after ours. You're having one of those days where the brain does... Yeah, mate, I'm being a little bit foggy. I was supposed to help my brother today move my father out of his shed, and got a bit of a dodgy head at the moment, but yeah, just headachy, migrainey thing. It's all good. It's only a small one. Winter lull. Yeah, Davey Lee, if you're wondering, he lives up in the Alps. No, he doesn't. He lives in Switzerland, so it's a little bit cold there. No problem, Lee. Hello, Bob, watching. G'day, how's it going? Hope it's nice and warm over there. I dare say it will be. Yeah, so that's what happened with this bed here. Oh, the other thing that happened was a couple of the Chinese cabbage. Sorry, Mark, I don't remember the name. It's actually here. So there is the name of these Chinese cabbage that went out, if the phone will focus. No, it's not going to really focus, so a couple of them there. They actually were a little bit dry in the tray, so hopefully they'll pull back okay. Down here we have some dill. Again, they're up the end of the seedling tray, so weren't doing that crash hot. Over here, some oregano, depending on where you are. We actually had some of the Okinawan spinach here. It was sort of taking over and crowded out the oregano. So I pulled it out, just cleaned off the roots from the entanglement of the Okinawan spinach and popped it down in there. Over here, give you a bit of a look at a few other things, I suppose. Make it a full stream. Eggplant. Eggplant is doing well. It got chopped back a while ago. I think I showed that in the last aquaponic update. And just give you a bit of a look down here. If you ever see these little things, I don't know how well this is going to turn out on the phone. Those little doohickeys down there, they're actually ladybug nymph larvae. So that's the where they're transitioning from the little ladybug nymphs running around to the actual ladybugs themselves pupating there. I did see a couple of the larvae running around earlier with Bianca, but the sun's gone down, as you can tell. So I don't think there'll be many around, but yeah, we do have a load of pupating ones on there. Oh, there's a ladybug in there that's just sort of emerged. And there's a mature ladybug right there. So yeah, that's why I pretty much will like a couple of aphids to survive on everything in our patch. Just means that these guys are going to pupate, and yeah, they'll end up protecting the plants. Thank you very much, Steve. Yo, Mr. Aquaponics. Not a lot, Jeff, at the moment. Space Coast. Ziggy Moon. G'day, Ziggy. Yeah, I bet it's nice and warm down there at the moment. Over here, actually, I might ask you folks, whether you leave a comment here or after the video's uploaded. Got a couple of plants I don't really want in the system anymore. As you saw, we've got those greens and I've got a load of other greens that need to come in. I stuck this sweet potato in just to get some slips from and try and grow some through winter, and it's sort of taken over. So do you guys reckon I should pull out the actual sweet potato itself and plant that out, or maybe yeah, just start off a couple of slips. So leave your vote down in the comment section, and yeah, I'll do whatever the majority say. How's that sound? So slips or potato, let me know. Another plant here that I'm not too sure whether we'll keep is a volunteer tomato. It started off in this bed over here. Not too sure how it got there. So yeah, it does need to come out because it's just going to take over the bed, and I want more of those fast growing greens in there. And we also have a volunteer capsicum or chili of some description. No idea how it got in there, but yeah, it appears to be doing okay. Finally, this bed here, some hoe and knock. It looks nutrient deficient, but the rest of the plants really don't look that bad, so I don't know what the story is there. This is just a cutting that I stuck in there. Some silver beet, it bounced back. It did have some mites on it. Slips, yep, that's what I'm thinking too, Davey. The silver beet, it was being smashed by mites, and I was contemplating pulling it out. What I ended up doing was getting some of that Dr. Bronner's soap. It's a liquid Castile soap, and I just basically made some up, rubbed it in my, I poured a little bit in my hands, and then just massaged it into the leaves. And yeah, it didn't seem to do much for a week or two, and then all of a sudden, yeah, it just bounced back. So it got saved by the Dr. Bronner's. See if we can catch this fella and give him to the fish in a minute. Around here, just sort of a little bit of mixed alliums. Just we've got the Chinese red shallots. I only planted one, but they're divided. We've got the perennial leeks. They're not a true leek, but yeah, they pretty much all taste like leek, and they have the same leaf growth pattern. The difference is these guys send up a lot of little suckers from around their base, so yeah, you can plant them out and divide them nicely. Over there we've got some Australian lettuce from Mark again, thank you mate. Another bit of ginger I forgot planting it out, and some more just ragtag onions from around the place. I think this is the Welsh clumping onion that Mark gave us ages ago. So I've planted a few of them out around the place after I removed them from the bed. Another red shallot that's just exploded into new bulbs. And of course the chili, which I'll take you around the other side to give you a bit of a gander at. Yeah, so the system's going pretty good, but I'm pretty sure I will take this tomato out. As you can see, it's coming over this side of the bed, and I would really like some spots for some more greens rather than the yeah, things like tomatoes and that. They do fine in the soil. I'm going to take you around this side. We'll throw this fella into the fish. I don't think he's going to, I'll take him though. So they've already been fed just recently. They're a little bit shy. Also realised that one of my little lights, where are they? One of these little doohickeys, I normally stick them up on the metal frame under there just to get a little bit of light in the tank so I can see how the fish are going. And one of them fell off and has been sitting down the bottom there for a fair while. So we found that earlier today and fished it out. Totally buggered though, because I'll give you a look. The little waterproof cap was open, so it's pretty much all stuffed, but yeah, at least I got it out of the tank. Hang on, a few more comments here. My silver beet has been slow as hell. Yeah, it's one of our favourite ones, Captain Commando. Silver beet, it just keeps on giving. That one too as well, from memory, Mark said was a perennial one, so a perennial charge, so it'll keep going for months and months and months. We actually had some in the old aquaponic down the back, if you've been following us long enough. I actually ended up going to flower after about 18 months. So it's one of the best leafy greens we've ever grown here. It's Terry from the other side of town. Oh, g'day Terry. So another rupee person, Ipswich person, Southern California, the dark side of the planet at the moment. Send you this. Yeah, well, it's winter here, so we have got a little bit of sun, but not a lot. Lee, very wise fellow, once told me to plant the slips parallel to the ground and cover with soil. Yeah, that's pretty much all what I do. Basically, you lay your runner across the top of the ground, and then you bury it, and then at every leaf node, you're going to get sweet potato roots going down, and they form tubers from those nodes there. When I've grown them in the IBC out the front before, what I did was I then threw mulch over the top of the vines again. So everywhere where the vines hit the ground, they tend to send down more runners. And yeah, it just works really well. So good tip, Lee. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything else down here. I think the anchor's already taken everything up. One thing that has gone a bit, pretty much all died for me is the pH probe in the Blue Lab. I calibrated it yesterday using some solution, and already they normally have a little pH 7, pH 4 down here. So already that's it's gone out of calibration. So had to buy a new probe this week. Calibrated it 3 times this week, and it keeps just falling out of whack. So it may still be a fairly accurate pH. It should be sitting around about 6.7, 6.8. So I got a new probe that I need to put on. I was actually going to do it for this video, but yeah, a bit hard with only one hand. Water temp for the fish at the moment sitting at around about 22 degrees Celsius. And we do have a heater in here at the moment. I've just been putting that on at night just to keep the fish on the feed. The reason is, sorry I don't have the Fahrenheit for you folks overseas. The reason is the jade perch stopped metabolizing their feed around about 18 degrees. I mentioned this before. And a very wise man, Mr. Bruce from Aussie Fish, g'day Bruce if you end up watching this, he suggested that maybe it might be a good idea just to give them leafy greens till about 20 degrees Celsius, because even though they can metabolize feed between 18 degrees Celsius and 20 degrees, a high protein feed may not be the best way for them to go. Give them some leafy greens, and once it hits 20 degrees, and start throwing in the pellets. And you know, Bruce, being a guy who runs a hatchery, I dare say would know a little bit more than me, seeing as his nickname is the Jade Perch Man. So yeah, there you go, just a little bit of a wrap up. I'll just flip this camera around, hey. So there we go, you get to see my hairy mug now, folks. Where's the camera on this thing? There it is there, look into the camera. So yeah, I was planning on doing a lot better video for you folks, a little bit better edited and whatnot, better English too, but that's not going to happen. I've got to hang out with the supporters tomorrow, so if you are a supporter, please drop on by. There are links over on the Farm Your Own Yard page and also on the YouTube membership page too. So suss that out if you're interested. What else? Oh yeah, if I disappear off Facebook, folks, it's apparently because they don't like me anymore over there. I posted a comment about someone left a comment on YouTube, and I posted it on my second page over there. Something about you can't call hermaphroditic pawpaws hermaphrodites anymore. They now need to be called trans, or you go to jail. And apparently YouTube flagged that as a hateful comment. Sorry, not YouTube. Facebook flagged it as a hateful comment and deleted my second account, even though I was just repeating what someone else had said on a comment and saying that it was stupid. But anyway, that's what you get. So if my Facebook does disappear, I will be over on MeWe, and the videos are also over on Odysee, and I'll leave links down the bottom of this clip once I get upstairs and edit it a little bit further if you want to join us over there. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling on, go upstairs and take some more Panadol or aspirin, and hopefully kick this headache in the butt. I do hope you've enjoyed the live stream, folks, and I will catch you next week with a proper video. Cheers all, take it easy. Now how do I turn this off? Here we go. See ya, folks.